Hello, welcome to Luke Trades Trading channel, where I am embarking on a journey to learn whether I can turn trading into my full-time income. So far, I am in a beginning stage. This is my second month. I'm trying to document all the trades I'm taking and learn my strategy and discipline and all sorts of aspects of trading. Now, I am trading from Australia, so I am trading the US market, which makes it a little bit difficult for me because when the market opens, for me it's 1:30 a.m. So usually what I do is I trade early pre-market from around 4 a.m. till 8, sometimes 9 a.m. depending on, what's the situation and whether market's hot or cold, etc. So today is a small green day, and because I didn't start this month too good, I just decided I'm going to take just one trade a day and see what happens, and then just try to get my confidence after I lost 2 days ago, and that's exactly what I did today. So before I talk about my trade, just something I noticed before. The first thing that started popping in the morning, well, let me see, this is 4 a.m. right here, was a stock called BOXL. This one caught my attention because it started moving, so I was like, okay, that's interesting. Now, it's not a stock I would trade normally, and the fact that I was considering it was really a test for me. Test of discipline, because this stock is too cheap for me. I do not like to trade stocks below $2, actually below $3. So $2.50 is when I'm probably the minimum I want to trade, but $3 to $5 is ideal. I know I still have a small account, around $600. So that technically that could be a good idea to trade because I could buy more shares. But I have noticed that those cheaper stocks, they're not moving too fast, and they're not giving me those quick resolution, which is what I'm aiming for. Between 10 and 30 cents really is what I'm aiming for. So 10 is a lower end where I want to take my profit, and 30 is a really good trade, I would say. So this one was really a test of my discipline because it started pulling, and I've noticed it's moving up, and even though it's got rejection, it keeps going higher. And the place I was considering is around here when it rejected and started pulling back. So we have this curl. I was ready to buy, but I told myself, this is not my stock. I should not buy it. I knew that, but my mind was still trying to rationalize. Maybe it's a good trade. And this is the most difficult part to me about trading, because your brain is constantly trying to convince you to take the trade, and sometimes that trade this is not an A+ setup for me. This is maybe C+ setup for me, and I knew I should not take it, but still my mind was trying to convince me, hey, maybe it's gonna be okay. Anyway, I was looking here exactly at 421. I kind of was ready to buy around here, so 172, and I was thinking buy or not, but then I decided no, this is the day of discipline. Yesterday we had a cold market, so today cheap stock, that it's probably not gonna go too well, so I didn't. I'm really happy with that decision. And what happened is, as soon as it got to that 173, it squeezed 9 cents higher, so very small squeeze, but still was very fast. So that just popped up, and then literally 1 second later went all the way down. That made me think, that's good. I'm really happy I did stay disciplined, didn't take that trade, because it's just not something I should trade anyway. And then the stock was going grinding, and it might be the stock, might be just the condition of the market. It's a second day of cold market, so not much was happening. That was the first thing that popped up. Definitely not in my within my strategy, so I'm happy I didn't trade it. And next thing that popped up, CIGL. Okay, so this stock started popping around 4 as well, and first thing I noticed, it had this huge doji, undecided whether it's going up or down, and started pulling down. So I was like, okay, this is probably gonna be scratched. But 1 hour later, around 5, it started showing some strength, slow movement. Now, this is a higher float stock. It's over 20 million, I think 26 million float. So I knew this is not going to be a fast mover. But as soon as I saw this here, a start, pretty good start, like showed me that there's some interest in it, I thought to myself, I think we can get a double top here, you know? So what I was looking for, I was looking for that bigger, slower move, but I was hoping to get somewhere around here and move away all the way to double top. I was watching it bottomed here and then kind of waiting patiently, and around 517, which is here, you know, I was looking for a squeeze above 418. I saw this curl and I was like, this might be it. So I was waiting patiently, and as soon as we got to 417, which is start of this candle, this is 417. Let me move it up. All right. So 417 starts at 404. I saw it going up, 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 and it started going pretty fast. And as soon as I saw 418, I punched it, buying 120 shares. That, you know, I could afford a little bit more, but I thought, you know what, let's just take that trade. This was my bottom, which is 395, so a bit over 20 cents of risk. And as soon as I punched it, you know, and this is why I have a little bit of issues with Webull, because I got a slippage of 2 cents. You know, it's a little bit slow. With Dust Trader before, I noticed I have much faster execution speeds, but you know, this is what it is. This software is free, so I can't complain too much about it. Anyway, entered at 418 and got filled for 20, so at the very top of this candle. But that's okay, because I saw it pretty much straight away squeezing up. And after a minute, more or less, it was hanging around 430, 432. It went to 435, and I thought to myself, all right, that's it. This is, first of all, it's high float, so I don't want to hold it for too long because it's going to be a slow mover. Secondly, it's a cold market. So I just want my 15 cents today. I'm happy with it. I'm happy to exit here. And at 435, I press sell. I got slippage, of course, with Webull again. This was pretty fast moving, but still the order filled so slowly that I got filled around 430. That gave me 10 cents of profit. Couple seconds later, it pushed all the way to 450. So, you know, I could have held longer for sure. But again, condition of the market and this high float stock, I wasn't sure if it's going to do that. And right after it pushed to 450, it started pulling down. Now, this gave me exactly what I was anticipating, which is the double, well, not exactly, but almost that double top here, right? So I'm really happy with that trade. I caught it, I anticipated it really well, and that's exactly what I needed. I needed make sure that I can still call a good trade and I can find a good trade, and I needed that confidence boost, even though the trade is small, just 10 cents, you know, little slippage. Plus I exited the position less than a minute after entering, which is, for me, that's what's usually I like to see, quick resolution and exit. And yeah, I was really happy. I got it precisely as I wanted. You know, obviously it would be nice to get that 5 cents extra or 10 cents extra, but that's okay. As long as I caught it right, that's fine. And to my surprise, it even went up later. It had another pullback, and then, I mean, held this more or less this level and squeezed all the way to 480, which was really good to see. I didn't want it to trade that. To me, it was too risky. And soon after that, as I saw it's just a continuation of a cold market, I decided this is it for today. I'm happy with that one trade. All I needed is a little bit confidence boost to get back on track. Don't want to overtrade today, especially that we got a really cold market. And previously there was few stocks that were squeezing, but all of them were lower price, between $1 and $2. I just didn't want it to trade any of them. It's way too cheap. So this is where I end the day. Very, very early, because I finished around 6 or even before 6. Which for me is 10 p.m. But anyway, yeah, so that's the 4th of February, just one trade, $10 profit. That's okay, that's good. I'm slowly getting back on track. And tomorrow we'll see, we'll probably have another cold day. But if for some reason market starts moving, that's great. Maybe I can take 2 trades then. But if it's still cold day, I might have either a no trade day or just 1 trade, and that's it. And that's it for now. This was I consider it a really good day because I needed something to get me back on track. Like I had a technical error here. Webull didn't fill my order when I was trying to exit, and I've realized that after the reinstalling the app, my settings were set up to day trading only, not extended hours. So after that, I got really frustrated, and the second trade I took was just stupid, not within my strategy, and I lost. So that day took me out of my confidence, and here I was very anxious, and also it was cold market, so I took 1 trade that was a little bit too early entry. I still managed to fix it, but then the second trade was a good entry, although I got too anxious and I exited with only 5-cent win. So, that was a little bit anxious day after a loss. And here is exactly what I needed. 1 trade, decent entry, decent exit. So I can prove myself that, okay, I can trust myself and I can trust my strategy. So that's what I needed. And that's how I'm going to finish this day. Looking forward to trading tomorrow and seeing what tomorrow brings. Thanks for listening and see you tomorrow.